The buy rounds are here, and all I can say is thank the Lord for best 18s. That is if you had more than 18. It's time for your weekly fantasy therapy session. It's time for the weekend wash-up.
Get around him! Get around him! Push up! Oh, and he's talking a bit of trash too!
What a joker.
He's coming off. Get him back off. Get him off. Get him off. Get him off. Rocket. We can't hear.
Disgusting! That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's doing these things! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Yes, that's right. It's that time of week. We're back again, this time from a very fancy-looking studio. So a quick shout-out firstly to Ben at Podwaves. Thanks for having us on, mate. As always, I'm your host, Matt Craig. Joining me is George, and on debut, George.
Gentlemen, first time, long time, a genuine pleasure.
He's excited.
He's ready to go, isn't he?
This is my week.
Taking a mental health break off to
He's
Bali.
taking his week of leave.
Yeah, a bit
probably
of time with the missus, sort your life out a little bit.
looking at his score this week. He's picked a good time.
Was it grim, was it?
Oh, it wasn't Grim's harsh. I
Yeah,
think
there's levels to grim.
we're going to find out some levels to Grim today. No, it was a bit of a disastrous start for a lot of people to the buys. Maybe not.
Not for some.
Not for some though. Let's get into the scores and ranks straight away. So for myself, this was always going to be my best bye week. So 1855, I can't be upset with that. It was a very good start. The rank is back up to 6.2k. We're climbed about 2,500 spots.
Is there some hope in sight?
No, God no. Absolutely no hope. But it's a step in the right direction. There was some good scores. There were some poor scores. Yeah, I mean, I had 21 players, so I would have hoped that.
Yeah, you'll take that.
I think the 3 players I wiped out scored 60 points
Yeah,
between
I
them.
was pretty similar. My bottom
So-
3 or 4 was...
If those people that got stuck with 18 or 19, it was just not the week to get away with that. So, look, people are going to need us today, boys.
Yeah, and looking through our league, there was some
There was
pretty season-ending scores for a few blokes, like a couple of 1,500s sprinkled in there.
could be all
It's
over
pretty
for
grim.
some. Well,
But-
not for you, mate.
Not for me.
Not for you.
I think I'm actually on a charge here. So I went 1904, and that was with some of the worst trades of all time. And I'm now up to 1,245.
You actually could have been almost winner of the
I
week.
could have won the round.
Imagine that. Rocking up to the
I'll have
studio.
to run the calcs after this, but I reckon it would have gone pretty close. Like there was a 100-point swing in my planned trades and what it ended up being.
You would have gone 2K.
Yeah,
That is unreal.
It would be
But I
massive.
mean, because you had Rosie out that I didn't have. Like you had,
yeah, Rosie was out. Who else
we've
was
got
missing?
She's.
She's out as well.
Quite a few.
So,
That's
yeah,
a
I don't
ma-
know. Like
You are charging.
it's actually kind of top 1,000.
You
Well,
are
mate.
getting a little bit nervous as well, it seems, with the rank moving every week.
I actually don't really.
Oh, see,
really?
look, no. So he says he doesn't care. Let's see if he gets to the top 500 and
Yeah,
the
we'll
cap's in
see.
sight.
We
And
call
they'll
that
start
the
imploding.
Then
the nonchalant way.
implosion, full melt. So I mean, mate, if you come out of the buys top 1,000, like pushing top 500, it's
You
alive.
never know. And then I
It is
see
alive.
this next score for our resident battler here.
Oh, that's harsh.
It is harsh, but it's also fair.
It's why we got him
And
on.
You speak of losing hope, Ducky. Then you see my score, and there's another level to this. 1666, believe it or not, with a current rank of 12,894. So it's good to know at least 13,000 people play
So
this
did you
game.
go up or down in rank?
I went down, Jordan. For I think the 12th week running.
So from 18 players, your team averaged about 80 points per
Yeah,
player.
and that actually sounds okay when you put it like that. But
Well, so you're gonna have to run us through what's happened because
What's
you
happened?
actually started the season on fire, and we were hearing all about it, weren't we?
And then he started bringing blokes like Matt Rao.
Oh,
well, we'll get to Matt Rao, and he'll
Yeah.
have his moment. Yeah, I'm an emotional guy. I let my heart dictate my trades,
that's fair enough.
and that can be shown through my team when you look through some of the players. Started like a house on fire. I do nail my captains every week.
Yes, we do.
which
George's
is
captains,
well
we have
known.
heard about that.
But yeah, I think overall I'm just shit, and there's levels to this game.
So, can you pinpoint a spot where your season turned? Was it Matt Rowell?
There's a few pinpoints. You've
The
got
grass
Matt
eater
Rowell,
himself?
You've
Started
got
listening to the Weekend Wash Up.
Henry Huswaite, who actually plays AFL.
Oh, Henry
Or plays.
Huswaite. Yeah, that
yeah,
was
that's a
it.
sliding doors
That's a
moment.
sliding doors moment. You've got Kieran Briggs, who I thought was good.
Well, there's
yeah.
another victim of that.
Well,
misery.
you're not the only one.
Yeah,
And
it's,
on
it's
speaking
obvious.
turning
You
points.
saw what happened to him and still did it though.
I still did it. I'm a sucker for it.
Yeah, he likes punishment.
Wait, did you do it after me?
Oh god, yeah, I did it. About a
Oh,
month
you
after
did it. Oh, you were
Yeah.
one of those guys.
Yeah.
No sympathy then.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Should we grade my trade?
Yeah, let's grade the trades. All right, so this is actually 2 weeks in a row for some pretty decent trades for myself, which is surprising. Trainer order Angus Clark, who was okay. He actually counted for me in the end,
Yeah, he
so
did all right.
thanks for your
Same
40, mate. Cleary, oh my God, thank God.
What happened to him?
I think he came on for a half and had 4 handballs.
right.
Absolutely useless. So he went to Johnson, who may be back in the VFL next week.
And of course, which Johnson are we talking about there?
Essendon. Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
that
I should clarify. So I went triple bombers. I went triple
did.
bombers.
Triple bombers.
Yeah, massive bombers maxi now. Because lastly, I then went Foss, the spin king, to Jai Caldwell.
Yeah, so that's a massive win.
That was massive.
He was
Historic
dominant
quarter
that
there
third
as well for
quarter.
him.
He scored 70 in a quarter.
Just on Johnson as well. I think they said they're going to definitely give him a few weeks because they don't have the.
Oh, so they're going to
Yeah.
give him a crack?
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Because he did get
might be
subbed. Maybe he
subbed,
was gassed.
But yeah, look, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
should be a heartbeat.
End of the day, yeah, hopefully there's a couple heartbeats, and I'm loving Jai Caldwell. So
Yeah.
I've given it an A.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's fair enough.
First time in a few weeks, giving yourself an A, I think.
No, I think last week was good. The month before, yeah. Average grade still at D, for sure.
So yes, I did my best to sabotage myself here. So I went Reed to Clark, which was all right.
We'll take
Yeah.
that.
I went Sato Hooley to Johnson.
So is that, which Johnson, was that Essendon
Sam
Johnson? Okay, yeah. That's fine.
And then Connor Stone to Chad Warner.
Cheeks.
That fucking
Cheeks Warner, no less.
dickhead.
So did you did you bank some cash there?
Banked 140k,
Right.
but
What were the
So-
alternatives?
the alternative, which looking at it now was just the move, wasn't it? Was actually to go Anderson and Myers.
So you could have gone Noah Anderson
So
and
I
Brian
opted to get
Myers.
El
in.
Hooley out instead of trading Caleb Daniel, basically.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't hate that
So
though,
to
in
get that.
theory.
Well, it was probably
In
about
theory-
a 100-point swing considering Anderson won
I mean,
117
Yeah,
and Myers
he
won
looks good
140.
too. So that literally, you would have won the round.
Yep, so I've given it a D minus, and the D being for dickhead.
Chad.
And the dickhead
Look,
is
we
D.
we always say the Chad. He just does this all the
He's
time.
gone like
He's
3
just not a
times
fantasy
in a row.
player.
Nah, he's not.
The Sydney just had an
Cheeksy.
absolute stinker as well.
Yeah,
so
they're
they
bad.
They look terrible.
They're bad.
Yeah, Big Coxie might be
Coxie's at
finding
the
his way
wheel.
back to the west, I think.
Oh, I don't want him.
George?
Yeah, it's a tough one for me on debut. We'll start it off with a little tick. Zachary to Clark. That's okay.
Yep.
Stone to Berry. Sam Berry, the AFL player, apparently.
What did
did he
he
get?
score?
He scored 66. It's okay, but
He's making
could
money.
have gone Sheldrick.
Should have gone. Yeah,
Also,
Sheldrick.
now I have Sam Berry in my team. So there's
I
that.
know. Sam Perry did have a lot of centre bounces I saw, which is annoying for some of our other
Yeah.
Crows players. I don't know. He might be okay.
The Crows mids didn't do particularly well, which is
No.
bizarre
What?
considering
They smashed
them.
absolutely
They
didn't have to.
belted them. So
And then finally,
And then finally, got rid of Cleary, which was a nice move.
Yes.
I got
He
rid
had
of
to
Azasori
go.
as a sub, so that was a smart play. And then I brought in Petraka, who I would have thought would be a top liner, no?
So they pushed him forward, I think, when they were chasing the game.
I saw him forward a lot. I remember he was a no-brainer a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And he had those 2 big scores against the Tigers and the Eagles.
Yeah.
And then I was looking at him at almost a mil, and I was just like,
Nah, not
he's
for-
just not. He's not that kind of guy.
He's just 100.
That doesn't
guy, pretty
seem
much.
like a trade. You'd like everyone's
seems
got
like me.
Petraka. That's not you.
It's not me, Ducky. And the reason it's not me is
That's
because
why
I
it's
did
so
it
disappointing.
on Saturday afternoon after about 4 pints.
Oh, so it was the other
So-
guy that was doing the trades.
So I would have probably brought someone like
The alter
Myers.
ego.
the liquor.
Yeah.
The liquor took
Myers is
over.
my sort of guy that I'd have brought in.
yes,
but,
Myers does.
The
that
Stone
is
and
right
Woods
up
were
your alley.
hitting, so I went Petraka.
You had to. Was he playing that night or that?
They played the next day. So
Oh,
it's really
no,
not
that
ready.
is
Yeah.
really
weird.
strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm giving it an F. Just on
Yeah,
debut.
that is.
Feels fitting.
It's going to be
Yep,
harsh. on
that's
yourself.
about. All right, so let's kick in some positivity with winners of the week, and I've got to start with Baz Lenker. Unbelievable, 147. Honestly, don't know if this is greedy. Little disappointed he didn't convert
mate.
and score 200.
I'm kind of with you.
Because
He could've.
there was a
He
point.
really could have.
There was a point in the second quarter where I thought Baz is literally. I'm watching a double touch. I'm
dropping
watching
his
history.
nuke.
Yeah.
He had 18
live
touches
TV.
like a minute into the second quarter. So
25
anyway,
at
look,
halftime.
can I be disappointed with 147? Absolutely not. And it was just awesome to watch me skipper bring us home live. Who did I have vice? I think I had Nick Martin. So I would have taken 120. What's funny, and as soon as that tackle got robbed off and he went 116, the day I take
Wasn't gonna do it,
116 is the day I quit
That's
fantasy.
fortune favouring the brave right there.
Absolutely
How
not.
was it seeing it in person?
Mate, he works so hard. It's disgusting. If you honestly, he's got huge pig tendencies. He's always looking for that hit up lead, like full sprint, like inner space, and he gives it. If he doesn't get it,
he
he
lets him
gave
know.
it to Tom Stewart.
Yeah. And he just runs harder. Like,
Which I just
think
love
it's actually
to see.
as simple as that. He
no,
runs
and
harder.
honestly, if you had to play on him, you're probably going home in a wheelchair. Because watching Jack Graham,
runs
we
ragged,
tried
eh?
to sit Jack Graham on him.
Yeah.
Oh my God. He walked away from him.
Day for old Jack, eh?
Well, no, so we moved Brady Hoff onto him, and he actually did an
well.
okay job.
He did an okay job,
No,
yeah.
he slowed him down, well, whatever that means. He probably only had
To a degree.
20 in the last three quarters. So, and he's got a last five of 132. So,
It's the best player in the game.
People are still not captaining
and we're still
him.
not capturing him.
Yeah, it makes
that was the
sense of
first
that.
time I did
Yeah,
it.
I learned my
don't
lesson a
understand
few
it.
weeks ago, and I've just been writing it since.
No, and looking at his fixtures coming up, I think it's just a lock and
It's like
load.
the Green Mile. Yeah,
Yeah,
just
Gold
keep it.
Coast next week.
So if he's on that field, you need to have
Massive.
VCLC on him.
Massive. Go Baz.
So for me, Nasiah Wanganeen Malera,
What a
117.
comeback.
So he basically got hospitalised by Big AJ.
He got sent into next week.
Just quietly,
That was a
AJ,
massive
AJ
year.
is a shocking footballer. But anyway,
You've had him.
I've had him in my team. But
Yeah.
like when you actually watch him, like he's just a big lumbering oaf. Anyway,
Yeah.
so he barreled him. NWM found himself facing the concussion test, and on 21 at halftime,
I thought he was done.
it was looking like a genuine disaster.
And I'll
like
be
a
honest.
cash bleed, a shocking score. I was like,
Little evil part of me did think
A little evil part of me. A big part of me. Every
massive.
part of me.
Every part of me
Yeah.
said, couldn't you just have finished the job, AJ?
I
I
was
can go
sitting
through
on,
him.
I was
If you're
sitting on some
gonna,
takes
he's
in the
getting
group
weeks
chat.
for that anyway.
he's getting weak.
Get him out the game.
And I reckon they might have sent him back out there concussed. Because
You reckon
he was playing out of his
He's
mind.
out of his mind.
Mate, that second half.
He had 38 in the third and 58 in the last, and had 15 disposals in the half. In the last quarter,
quarter.
all of them were kicks.
Yeah, it's
15
genuine
kicks in the
thirst for the
last.
ball.
Ended up
good
with 29,
fantasy.
7 marks, 3 tackles, and just a gutsy display. And that's
I mean-
the kind of guy you want in your team.
To basically ton up in the second half
Yeah.
after that.
It's heroic.
I mean, you've been robbed of a 150 there, to be fair.
Yeah,
Unbelievable
he's,
score.
He's a great player.
No, he's
Yeah.
good. Very good.
George, what do you got for us?
My winner of the week,
You're going to love this one.
the
George.
people's champ, Nick Dacos' bodyguard, Ned, skinny long, with a 101.
What a guy.
What
Ned
a
Long.
guy. Yeah, started slow.
I
10
gave him a
point-
rocket.
You did.
Yeah.
And
You
he,
said
he
he was
received
done.
it
He
well.
was done. Yeah.
Yeah, you gave him his farewell wishes, didn't you?
Thanks
yeah.
for your services, mate.
He started slow, 24-point first half, and then I
was
think he
giving
actually said to the boys,
him
"Don't
a
worry
fist
about this,
bump.
I've got it." A 40-point premiership quarter, followed up with a 37-point final term, and I actually get quite emotional just talking about him, to be honest.
He's just, it's so good having him.
These kind of players are, they're my favorite. Like, that's why we play the game.
The guys you get
like,
cheap
just,
and you just ride them.
you'd walk past him in the street and you wouldn't know who he was if he wasn't in your
Oh, I
fantasy
would,
team.
mate.
I'd
Or
be-
you would, I said
Oh,
if
yeah.
he wasn't in your fantasy team.
Oh, absolutely.
Because
not, no.
now,
I'd be bowing
just
if I saw him
heroic.
now, though, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. No, he's been massive. I think he had 11 tackles.
Yeah,
he
he
just
does.
tackles.
He
like
hugs. Yeah. He's
unbelievable.
good. And now onto the losers.
All right, now
the
what we're
woes.
really here for, loser of the week, and is this? I can't remember. Maybe I haven't given him.
This
Or
might-
is this back to back to back? I can't.
This might
remember.
be-
This
might
could
be the
go with
hat-trick.
hat trick.
In which case, I have to change my trades because that is the rule. If you go back to back to back, you've got to go.
He's Gonski.
Jai Newcomb. This is just a joke at this point. 63 points. And you know what? I am the real loser here, to be honest, for spending almost $1 million for a mid-season draft pick. And it's, as I always say, it was for a reason. It's just, he's averaging 88 for me in 6 games since getting him. He's plummeting back to his starting price. I think he's like $920K.
He's getting cheap.
With
Yeah,
a break
it's
even.
interesting now. This is
Oh,
my
I
sort of
tell
move,
ya,
might I add.
no. I wouldn't recommend it. He is right. He's priced right where the bloke belongs, to be honest.
I think he's got 3 of the last 4 for you because he had the 123.
Oh, because he had a
riddled in
120
there.
thrown in there.
But he's been your
me.
winner or loser of the week every week for 4 weeks. So at least
3
he's
out of
consistent.
4. Okay. I mean, 4 out of 5 and you have to go. I mean, he's going anyway. This is a joke. So it's honestly embarrassing at this point. And he's got the Bulldogs this week. It could be a 40.
It could be. What, do you reckon he
Very
played that
easily.
well? Interesting.
Could be less. Honestly, give him Will Day or Jai retires at this point.
Yeah.
Without
I mean,
Will Day to take all the attention,
in Jai's defence, right, he has had bodies sitting on him every game since Will Day went out.
He's not the only
Because
one.
they've got no one else in there.
Yeah,
Like,
I
you're
know.
not putting anyone on Warple.
63. Just tackle a bit, mate.
Yeah.
Dare I say,
Nah,
do
he's
they
got us.
do they need Henry Huswaite in there to help him out? No? Okay.
Have you still got
Swiftly moving on. No, he's good.
Yeah, look, I'm sick of him.
Yeah. Oh, and for me, I briefly touched on it, but
Yeah.
fucking Chad Warner.
Oh,
that was
ridiculous.
a dog shit performance by him and the Swans.
Yep.
Traded him in instead of Noah Anderson, and I just have to question what the fuck I was going through when I did that. He's cost us a multi with 19 touches.
That's right. Oh,
Kicked 3 behinds, and yeah, he stunk it up.
Do you know how many
I'm
people-
glad he re-signed at Sydney because I don't want him wearing the fucking
yeah,
blue and
so
gold.
true. Imagine we were giving up at like a top
Oh, we
first
would've-
rounder
we would've
for him.
given
And he'd
extortionate
start
amounts.
playing like this, wouldn't he? 19 touches.
Yeah.
I reckon people around the country are feeling that one too.
Yeah.
Chad
Oh,
Warner,
God, yeah.
20.
Yeah, it's a no rent jobby for me this week. Yes, he didn't have that 20th touch.
No, that's a
like
joke
you're
of a
getting
game.
paid to be a hero.
We don't talk about that.
All right, George, what was
My
yours?
loser, Petraka on debut with a 75. As we said, it's not my sort of move. The only reason I did it is because of the Stoneham Woods.
Yeah.
Paid just shy of $1 million to get him, and he serves up that. 22 touches and 2 goals. That reads well.
Yeah.
That does.
But
yeah.
3 marks and a tackle. That reads like a David Bushell stat line. It's just disappointing all round.
He finally gets
Very
his
good.
David.
Drive by number
And I'm
one.
back.
Very good. No, those. I reckon these picks are the most annoying. Like
Yep.
when you spend that
You just
top
bank on
dollar,
them. Yep.
and they go 70.
And it's not. He's not my guy. He's not the sort
No,
of guy I
and,
go.
and when it's
yeah,
not, you
he's
kind of
not- you
move,
can't really
and
turn
everyone's
around
got
him,
him.
can
No, very annoying. Right, we'll get into the games. And going back to Thursday night, Brisbane and Essendon, gee, it feels like a bloody long time
That
ago
feels like
now.
an eon ago.
Oh, I can't even remember what happened in this game. Brisbane just got over the line as far as I recall. But we'll start at the top. Hugh McCluggage,
The suitcase.
McCluggage, 152 points, 41 disposals and 11 marks. Okay, I was surprised because it felt like we'd always he'd have a 60 and then he'd have a 90
yeah.
and I go, oh, you just can't have Hugh. I had a look at it. He's had 2 scores under 90 for the entire season
Yeah.
now. He's got a last 5 of 112 and he's averaging 104.
Yeah, I went back through and looked at the receipts, and I was like, we've probably been
We've
a bit
undersold
I think
harsh
we
on
I think
Hugh.
we mentioned him twice this pod.
He's
for
gone
his
under the
60s.
radar. Yeah.
Well, that score, that
And do you
changes
know-
everything.
Do you know what? I still wouldn't do it.
No, I
you
still
wouldn't go near it,
absolutely
would you?
I wouldn't do it.
I just don't trust the bloke.
41
Although-
touches and you wouldn't go near it.
We
Yeah.
speak of George moves. That does feel like
That is my sort of move.
Yeah,
But maybe he's
maybe
actually too
earlier.
good for me.
But no, he's too good now. Yeah, for
I could
sure.
get him for his 60s, not the 150s though, I think.
Yeah, okay, okay, yeah.
Cosy pick.
Buy low. I like that.
Yeah.
Buy low. Jai Caldwell, mentioned him before, 30 disposals, 8 tackles, including that 70.18 disposal Q3. I couldn't believe my eyes. So last week before, I think it was Thursday, and I'm going through and I think, oh, Jai Caldwell's an option.
Cheap.
Yeah.
Went back through and looked last year because it felt like when he was in the middle, he was bloody good.
He was, yeah.
But he was in and out. The correlation between when he was like in the guts and not was unbelievable. Every week when he was 60% centre bounces, it was like 118, 120, 120. So I had a look. 13 games since the start of 2024. So last year with 60% centre bounces, averaging 118.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
13 games
He's
now.
legit. He's a
And
genuine
the
box
spray
score.
tan was back as well.
Yeah.
Oh, he
was
looks
looking good.
fantastic
Bronze
as well.
drop,
Yeah.
Giles,
Oh,
like the new
unbelievable.
peroxide Luke
Oiled
Ryan.
up.
Yeah.
Can't tackle him.
Dare I say my doppelganger?
We speak of
So
moving
are we
on.
speaking about Caldwell or Luke Ryan?
So I mean, I think he's a top 8 mid in my books. He had 75%
He'll go
centre
close.
bounces.
Yeah, he'll go close. I
Well,
think.
the
He has
stats
to.
are there.
Yeah.
And shouldn't get tagged.
And especially
really.
He's a
now-
110 plus guy.
Yeah.
Won't
Now
get
that
tagged.
Merritt's a halfback as well.
Oh, yeah.
He's Jai's midfield. He's not one
And
banana.
I mean, he literally dragged them back into that game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he's genuinely
no,
really
he's
good.
massive and a massive option this week. Nick Martin, 116. So the thing to note, he's 68% centre bounces, which is so as you mentioned.
He's getting that midfield run now as well.
So now we've got to mention at the same time Zach Merritt. So he had 94, which would be disappointing if you brought him in. I know a lot did. It's no Petraka 75.
No,
it's
it's
no
not.
Newcomb 63. It's not that bad. And he had 7 kick-ins. So
Yeah.
just the 14% CBAs.
and there was one he didn't leave the square, so he hasn't really figured it
Wow,
out yet.
that's
too.
shocking.
That's rookie stuff.
get
But
there.
he'll get
He'll
there.
get there,
No, he'll
yeah.
get there. So he was pure halfback. He was playing the Zorko wrong.
Yeah, it looks nice.
I
And
mean,
Brisbane's not a good
Brisbane
matchup.
is a tough matchup.
So
That's
do
what
you
I was going to
take
say.
a 94 in that?
I think you
sense?
take that. And
So you're not deterred by it.
Not at
no,
all.
because that role, he will have massive scores.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
he'll be a
you could see
105
130.
Did the week
walk up.
before, right?
And he's a good price. So
Yeah.
I'm ticking that off. I think that was fine.
Yeah, okay.
Setterfield, 91. Ticking over, you just wouldn't do it now.
Wouldn't do
don't
it
think.
now, but it was a great pick. If you
Yeah,
did.
he was genius.
Someone I mentioned, of course, didn't do it because I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that you throwing shit at a wall or like genuinely?
I think everyone of us considered Setterfield and none of us did it.
No.
One of the names that
Cowardly.
gets thrown in the group chat.
Cowardly, yeah. Zorko, 90. So I think he was getting a little bit of a tag. I mean,
up.
see, the thing is, we're fist pumping 90s. I'd take a 90 in my team. Look at some of my
Harry's been
premiums.
going though, so
Yeah, so
it for the
yeah,
nonos.
I mean, he's ticking all the boxes, isn't he? So Kitty Coleman is probably the only guy to mention that he missed again. I don't know. Is he just completely cooked, or is he going to come back in?
He's not
next
for me.
week?
I don't see
think you
it.
can do it.
No, you've got to see something.
yeah.
Because I mean, we've
You need
seen
to see a run of games
we've seen
or
if you went
anything.
early on Coleman and Philippo's the other one, it's been a
Philippo, that is
disaster.
pain.
So yeah, I think you got to wait on these guys. Okay, Josh Dunkley. Do you have him, George?
This bloke's well.
Or you got him in draft?
I got him in draft. And
Okay.
I almost made him my loser of the week.
Yeah.
He's starting to piss me off. That's
Mate.
3 weeks in a row where he's gone like 80s, low 90s. And he hasn't had a ceiling score since round 1.
Well, any guess who? So you say 3 weeks in a row. Any
Yeah.
guess who brought him in 3 weeks ago?
That would be you, George.
That would be me. Yeah, he
No.
just is not getting it done. And
Not
I
even
kind of feel
close.
like it's because of me. Because if you go through his scores prior to
You've
that,
hexed him.
he gets it done every week. He's a box score
Yeah.
filler.
I mean,
And
if
he's
if
been
you-
shit.
Well, because I've done the same. You look at a Cozzy. I ruined Cozzy for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I mean, so you've ruined Josh Dunkley for everyone, have you?
I have.
You got an
And
apology to make?
Not really. Because I don't think it's my fault. I think it's
Okay.
his fault.
No, so we've mentioned this the last 3 weeks. The first week we said, oh, it's fine, like it's a 90.
He'd been so
Last
consistent
week
as well.
we said, okay, 290s, that's not great. We need to see something next week. You're playing Essendon.
He's my
82.
VC as well.
And you
I
got the
thought
likes
this was
of
the bounce
McCluggage
back.
Well, I thought this was
150.
when you got McCluggage gone 150. So he went and actually he hard tagged Caldwell,
yeah.
in the last.
Is that have I
So-
traded in a tagger? Is that what
Yeah.
I've done?
He went and did a roll.
Glorified
And look,
tagger.
he does the roll well, but that
He
doesn't
does.
help us.
That's almost the
The
worst
problem
thing.
is they just keep winning. So
So last 389, that's bad.
it's bad. But he'll get cheap.
Yeah, well, he's a guy that I'll happily bring in
Yeah,
when he
yeah.
bottoms out for sure, and you've got to hold him.
Yeah.
Lockie Neal, 81. I don't think we
It's a lot
do
of
him
new
in
experience,
fantasy.
isn't it?
Now, Levi Ashcroft
Justice. Absolute justice.
subs
Thank
for
fuck.
57.
Good.
I'm hoping they call that his rest, and he plays again next week.
I think that's what it is more
So
than anything.
I'm hoping Fagus gives him another week.
The problem is I've got bigger issues, so I'm kind of
Oh, he
hoping
has to
I can,
stay.
I
Yeah.
can keep him because he had been brilliant, and he was heading for a 70 odd here.
Well,
so
15 touches and 63% time on ground.
I know.
It's not bad. Like,
No,
he was on. He was on.
He was
track.
heading for a 70 odd. It wasn't his best. His brother, who I missed earlier, Will Ashcroft, 102. Just typical Will Ashcroft stat line. This 30 touches, not much else. Saved with a 48-point final quarter.
Oh, that would have been.
I was ready to bake him.
That would have been rage bait, wouldn't it?
Oh, so look, he came home strong. Got to give him that. And then the two Bombers rookies, Clark, 42. He's okay. I think he's locked in on a wing.
Yeah. So he passes the eye test.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, he's fine. And yeah, Johnson, I thought Johnson was okay. He had 11 touches.
If he popped up in my serial, I wouldn't know who he is.
Absolutely
I have no
not.
idea.
No, God, no. But,
Yeah, he looked a bit shaky at the start, but
right, yeah, look,
Yeah.
fingers crossed there. Fingers
there's
crossed.
not a lot of options, is there?
No,
Like, we really
we
need
need
some
some
of these
cash
mid-season
in.
guys
Oh,
to,
we
like,
need some
come
cash
through and
in
be half
badly.
decent,
We might
but-
have to pay up for it.
My cash gen's bloated at the moment. That's the one concern. But
Oh,
anyway, it's another
massively.
One concern must be nice.
Yeah.
Well, he's flying.
yeah.
You've become the expert on this pod now. I'm down at 6K.
I don't know.
You must be close to catching. Have you caught Bushy? Maybe
It would be close.
I reckon. Quickly have a look.
What did he have? Yeah,
No, I know he had about 1,800, so he would have been, if it was us three, he would have been on the washing machine. I don't. Yeah, I reckon it's close between you two. All right, on to the Pies and the Hawks. And seriously, still side bottom.
Incredible.
How does side crack keep getting it done?
This is like what he was like in
Ageless.
2018. This
Mate.
is 7 years on, and he's
is-
doing it borderline weekly.
Feels like we're winding the clock
a
back
player.
10
Yeah,
years.
yeah, genuinely, what a player.
Unbelievable.
Legendary.
And what a draft pick if you got him. Well, obviously, you're not doing it in fantasy.
It in
but
draft.
unbelievable.
Picked up a 40-year-old and he's averaging like 100. Like,
No, so
God
you know
damn.
what? To be fair, he's actually only, and I say only, he's 34.
Yeah, I know.
It feels like he's older than
Yeah,
34.
yeah.
It
Just-
feels like
it's
he's
the haircut.
genuinely been
Jimmy
around.
Pendles in my mind are like 50-year-olds.
Well,
but
yeah, Pendles is
just
close.
keep getting it done.
Nick Dacos, 128. I was harsh on him. Okay, I'll ease off.
That's two in a row
That's
now,
two
isn't
in a
it?
row. That's two very good ones.
Yeah.
I think he had 32 touches, 7 marks, 6 tackles. That's the kind of
And a
stat
contested
line.
mark. First
And
ever.
and a contested mark.
broke the bag.
Yeah, massive. That was we called that at the start of the game.
Yeah.
If that's a contested mark, like the bloke literally just attempted to spoil,
Yeah,
how had he not
it's pretty
taken one
weird,
of
isn't it?
those?
Yeah.
It's generous.
wasn't hard.
With Nick, like you wear the shit scores because I feel like when he does push over like 100, it'll
pays
be
you
like a
back.
130.
Oh, he does go big.
It'll be like a 130.
No, he was chasing it in the last quarter, which
Oh, God,
I
yeah.
like
Came
to
back
see.
on late,
Yeah.
2 marks.
He was chasing
about 30
votes.
seconds. Yeah.
Chasing votes.
And you can bank on that with him, I suppose.
Yes, yeah. No, he will always, he'll be good. Guinea. So
guinea pig.
speaking of a
This is
George
my
pick,
sort of area.
there is something here. So apparently he was a draft pickup in our
He is cooking.
mid-season keeper, which is the only reason I even looked at him. Last 6 of 91.
Yeah.
He's cooking.
What he had 31 and 3.
Yeah.
115. So that's a pure cheeks line. I think he's priced mid-700s.
I don't think you could actually
don't-
do it, but he does get up the ground quite a bit.
Yeah, he does.
So
It's a
look,
little insanity run. Don't get
It
it
is,
twisted.
yeah.
here's a little bit. So is he ruining your boy Dilmore, George?
Jesus Christ.
Dillmore's
We
been
may
ruined
as
for the
well.
whole
So
year.
he went 87.
He went okay.
You jumped on.
I jumped on cheap, and I think first week I got him, he got subbed out tactically.
Yeah, never good.
And then a couple of 60s. He's a great player, but he's just not getting it done. You couldn't bring him in. I don't think there's even a price where you
I
can
don't
bring him
think
in.
anyone's considering it.
Thank
He would have to like have 3
No,
tons in a
absolutely
row
not.
for
Yeah,
that.
So-
you have to see more. I
mean-
think he might be carrying something, but
Oh,
it's a
yeah,
good
you mentioned
score.
his ankle,
Oh,
didn't you?
I think his ankle's fucked. But
Right.
it's a good score, but you just couldn't do it, to be honest.
No, I wonder. I do need to watch that closely next week. Jim,
Yeah.
maybe he's got that role. So anyway, look, it's one for the brave. Brave. I probably wouldn't do it myself. Cameron 108, very good. He
gets it done.
Yeah. No, he probably needed. I think he had a couple quiet ones, but
Yeah,
that's
brought
a
that back.
quality score. Ned Long going over this bloke.
standing ovation.
Yeah.
24 touches, 11 tackles, 77 points second half. Absolutely.
It is quite
sa-
inspirational.
And
And
I tell you, that's massive for you. Because if you went like a 50, all of a
Jova.
sudden, the cash gen kind of disappears. Is a problem. That's massive that
good
he's kept it
rocket.
going.
Yeah.
What buy do they have? Is it?
Let me have a look for you. I think
is
it's a
it-
late one. Like, I
'cause
don't
that
even
would
know
be-
if I can trade him out anymore.
Well, that
though,
would be
this guy.
ideal if it was a late one.
Well, that's the thing. Do we trade him out at his buy? Because that's 2 tons in a row. And
See,
with the way
now-
he
see-
tackles,
No, I think you guys
can't.
are getting
So
greedy.
He's got the round 14 bye.
Okay, so he's got
So
1
he's
week
got
to his
Melbourne
bye.
this week, and then he's got the bye. But then he's got
No, you're right. If he goes well this week,
he
you
has
can't
the
do it.
Saints and the Eagles the 2 weeks after.
Is
At
he
that
the type of
point-
guy to rack it? How's he going to tackle when the
Yeah,
Eagles
when
don't
the
have
Eagles
the
don't
ball?
get the
I don't
ball.
know. He's
Yeah,
been massive.
I don't know. It's a tough decision to
Very
make. isn't
good.
it?
Josh Dacos, 100 with one of the great saves. 53
Bushy.
points in the final quarter. Wow. Bushy would have been,
We
he would have been raging.
were laughing about this.
Oh,
one.
we were like,
what
Josh
a pick.
Dacos.
oh, that was on track for a 60.
What a
that would have
shit
been really
pick
bad.
that is. And next thing you look, 100.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere too. We were
Genuinely.
just like, where's that come
Absolutely cooked in that last quarter. So, hey, you love to see that.
from? Yep.
Dillmore, we mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Ed Allen. So he scored 80. This is now a 94 into an 80. He rose 60K this week. We're talking about not having cash, Shen. He's still under 500K. Now, I'm not sure exactly what his role is because I'm not watching the Pies
For Ed Allen.
thinking, where's Ed Allen?
Yep.
You know, where's he lining up? But I did notice him, at least he had 65% of his touches in the back half. I noticed him running off half back a little. Now, I'm
Yep.
assuming he was kind of wing pushing back.
Yeah.
But he's under 500, 2 massive scores in a row. He'll have a close to 0 break even, I would imagine.
So I think it
that off,
is.
I think.
Yeah, I don't know if you could do it.
No, but
Well, you could-
so
I
the
reckon
thing
you-
is-
mate,
the-
you brought
the
in
annoying
Sam
thing
Berry
is-
this week, mate.
yeah.
The annoying thing
And
is
that
he
was
has
a-
this
that actually
buy.
happened.
Not that different.
Honestly, if he had
Oh,
a
the
round
buy.
16 buy, I would say ride it for 3 weeks. You could.
I do think
Buy
it's a
next
funny
week.
role because I think it's wing and he does work hard back, but could that not be a
we need-
45 next week?
Oh, yeah, you're right. There is some stinkers in there.
But I think he was he
44,
vested?
44, 57, 94, 80. Not vested any of those, but he
Yeah,
was
no.
vested prior to that.
94 and 8. We need cash in
It's
from
risky,
somewhere.
but
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could do it. Carl Amon, 66. This is just the Carl Amon experience for those that have him in draft.
This is what he does.
John Newcomb, this is the John Newcomb experience. Bushy had it last
You-
year.
you-
I don't
you
know
love the
why I went
experience,
back.
yeah.
The
Every
mid-season
year I
draft
pick
pick.
him.
It's box office, Jai.
18 points second half he had.
Yeah.
18 points in the mids. Just lay a
That's
tackle,
pathetic.
mate.
That is pathetic.
I don't know how you do that. And speaking of pathetic,
Yeah.
James Sicily, 20 points.
Oh, that is a draft. score,
How
isn't
is
it?
that even
What
possible?
is that?
The sick dog.
Speaking of
And
how is
the-
that possible?
Yeah, does it get to a price?
No way.
Nah,
No.
you're completely chips out.
So you're
Proof's
right
in the
that
pudding right there, mate. He just had 20.
you're right that every man has his price, but then there is no price where I would accept a 20.
Yeah, that's
Like
fair.
if you can go 20,
what else can you do? Yeah,
Yeah.
you get anything is possible at that point. So I mean, look, I don't know if he was forward or back or
he did.
bench.
Went forward. I reckon, for
imagine
the
he
second
must
half,
have.
but yeah, just did fuck all.
Shit.
that is bad, and people have him too. So that's pretty fucked up, to be honest. Let's move on.
Gold Coast Freo.
So did you catch this one?
Yes,
Okay.
I saw a fair bit of it.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Okay. So I missed this one.
Mate, massive win for Freo.
Yeah.
Like getting up on in the
the
Gold
road.
Coast,
Well-
and that's a few in a row now.
I saw a very funny image where it was like the cycle of Freo fans.
Yeah.
And it's like just gutter disappointment to just
back.
surprise win. Like, how do we win that? Into hashtag flag mantle.
Yeah.
And then straight back to
The
it's
hopium.
it's the cycle.
Yeah.
And we're now entering hashtag flag mantle
it's
territory
flag mantle
again.
territory. But yeah, no, good win. Good on him. So, yeah, Jordan Clark had 120.
He was great.
Yeah, he was good. I don't think anyone's really got him at this
Clark
point. have they?
scored well and they won. So that's a rare combo.
Yeah,
And
it
not the
is.
conditions for it either. Being
No,
wet,
it was a
it
bit
wasn't
wet.
really chippy.
Oh,
sort
was
of.
it? Where?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a massive
it's a
score.
big score and he
He's
played great.
900k on his bye this week.
So
Goes Roos, Essendon, Saints. It's a pretty good run out of the bye.
Hang on. Are we opening a dialogue about Jordan Clark here?
Close by. Definitely. Not this week.
Week before he had
Yeah.
69. So anyway,
No,
one
it's
flag.
an option.
Matty Rao, 117, 27 disposals, 13 tackles, repaying his one owner in the world who is sitting beside us.
And it is a good week to be on. Hey, that's to be fair. We say what we like about Matt Rao. That's 2 weeks on the bounce now.
You've said a fair bit about Matt Rao, to be honest,
After
mate.
6 weeks, not on the bounce.
Yes,
Yeah.
and my DMs. I think my DMs reached him well.
no, he
because
can't be doing
he's
that, mate.
returned in the last
So-
2 weeks. The way he tackles, the only trouble is half the time he tackles them too high. And it's freaking against.
He does love a freaky
Coat
against.
hanger merchant, eh?
So the grass was nicely watered. Really like that
Yeah,
grass.
no, it's piss wet the grass, and he loved it seemingly.
Yeah,
yeah,
nice.
good. Luke Jackson, 116. So he seems to be rucking, even with Big Das back.
Well,
Because I saw Das only had 7 centre bounces. So what's going on here?
well, I
And
got
as well, just to add to that, that's the first ton against Witsy
Yeah, that's
Yes.
noteworthy.
from Blanket.
massive.
So bizarre.
Well, because I was trying to figure out how this works. Obviously, I didn't see the game, but I'm looking at it. I saw Darcy had like 30 hit outs
Yeah.
and Jackson had 20, but Darcy played 50% time on ground. And the CBAs, were Jackson 22 to Darcy 7. And then Josh
confusing.
told me that Luke Jackson was basically playing midfield.
yeah.
So
was-
how I'm
yeah.
assuming was Jackson was literally playing on ball.
Yep.
And then Darcy around the ground would
be
like
the
ruck
one.
around the
Yeah,
ground.
against Wits then.
and
yeah.
Darcy and Jackson was on ball.
And he's had 27
He had
touches.
27.
Yeah, that's just
Confusing,
it's just a
isn't
good
it?
midfielder
Well, 'cause
performance.
They've spoken about him being a mid, but they've not really done it. Like he's
No,
always
they
been
haven't,
forward.
yeah.
If they actually do it, and they've had a
Jeez.
great win and he's played like that,
And,
and they're trying to get him to stay.
That was
Yeah.
that was a good pick if you did that, like his little bye play.
because he's killed us so many times.
Yeah.
But that was, I mean,
He's
after
better
his
than
bye,
29.
I'm looking at some of my forwards.
you certainly
He is
could.
miles better.
Certainly could.
Miles better.
Yeah. Noah Anderson, 116. So he is well and truly ticking along. So
Yeah.
that's 3 straight 115s.
That's
Just gets it done. Even when he gets
done,
tagged as
and
well.
I think he's still under $1 million.
Yeah.
From memory.
I had because I remember he was 950 2 weeks ago when I was looking at it.
988. So he definitely bottomed out.
That's your perfect upgrade.
that
So
was
when I'm picking guys like Jai Newcomb, when you get a guy like Noah Anderson who has a few poor scores for 950, you just do it.
He's got 116, 118, 116.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
get it done.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he can still do
Still
it.
value.
Off his buys next week. So
Yeah.
after that, that's probably one to look at.
Yeah.
Brayshaw 113, nice little bounce back from the 88 last week, and that's 310s in 4 weeks. So
he's just a
another
top
play
liner.
off his
No,
buy.
he's yep.
He's Strong 111. So if you picked him up, you'd be happy as
And
well.
speaking of cheap, like every man has his price.
Yeah, I think
and-
this is it, isn't it? But
Yeah.
the fear is what happens after his bye. Does he get tagged first week back?
That's the thing.
Well,
And then
he
you're back
goes
to
into
60s.
GW. Does he go into? I better double check who he faces because I was looking at him.
then,
So he's 913k
It is cheap.
and he faces north off his buy.
Yeah, wow.
I
So
mean,
It could
that's
definitely be
that's
the-
probably a no-brainer next
Yeah.
week almost.
yeah, Shy Bolton 102. So that was lovely for me.
I mean that
Juicy
see,
play
that's the reverse Cozzy.
but
It's actually worked.
Now it's like I'll probably trade him out this week, but now I'm like, do I?
You
'Cause
know-
his
you
role
know
is
the
really nice,
And he's just really
like
good.
he's in the
So
mids.
is he actually on ball
Yeah,
or is he doing the Cozzy?
He's
Because I saw he kick 3.
It's probably like Cozzy where he pushes forward.
Yeah.
But he is starting at centre bounces.
Maybe
It's
a
a
bit
little
of
bit more on ball than Cozzy.
Yeah.
So a
I
bit
think
more
so.
ranking. What rank
Yeah,
was
I'd
doing
say
at
not
the
too
start.
dissimilar.
And
Okay.
they're winning. So maybe I hold. I don't know.
And he's
Anyway.
No, well, you can't trade 100.
Yeah.
No, you have to.
I could.
Well, you could. No, you're wrong.
And then last Thursday had John Noble, 86, 4 80s in 5 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, look, at least his bad scores are 80s.
Yeah.
Right? It
Yeah.
could be worse.
But you'd be getting off that, I think.
At his bye, for sure.
Yeah.
Nah.
Cool.
You're right. GWS and Richmond. And so Lockie Whitfield, back to halfback, big tick,
to get it
119. Honestly, though, off halfback against Richmond, am I being greedy by saying
That is greedy.
unders?
You take a 119,
Do
you
you, know,
run.
do you know what the problem is? I think GWS is shit. So they
mate.
couldn't get a lead and just jib around.
No, they couldn't.
were
They
like,
couldn't chunk it up, could they?
They
Mate,
struggled
if
to
they
get
lost to
that.
Richmond,
Oh, mate.
my goodness me.
Grimsby.
So Lockie Ash. So I think it was quarter time. I said, "Oh my god," because I had Lockie Ash in my team all week. I said, "Thank God I didn't have him. He was on like 14."
Yeah.
Look at my phone. 5 minutes later, he's on 50.
Yeah.
Ends up with 112. Now noteworthy was he had 10 kick-ins to Witt's 5. So that's a
Yeah,
flip
yeah.
from what it used to be. So start of the season, right? That would have been a Whitfield 130, Ash 100.
Yeah.
But they've flipped the kick-ins now. So, wow. I mean, I traded out Ash
Yeah.
after
That
1
is-
week.
that is pain.
That's
and
historic.
since then, he's probably averaging 110.
He gets it done every
He's
single
probably
week.
Close
D.
to that,
He's
yeah.
getting close to D3.
Yeah,
probably.
he would be. Yeah, for sure.
And I don't
absolutely
see
top
he's never
six.
going to get tagged if he's got Whitfield there.
No,
next.
No,
no.
don't even tag Whitfield.
He is
so-
a walk up 90 every week.
Yeah.
And there could be a massive one coming.
Yeah.
Tom Green, I've got here 112. That's pretty poor.
Fuck up, mate.
No, you
That's
can't.
harsh.
You cannot go
no,
70 and
no.
80. You can't go 70 and 80 and play the Tigers and go 112.
You can.
Fill your boots, mate.
Mate, some of the scores go around this week. You can't
Nah,
be mad. A
yeah.
112 from Tom Graham. Come on.
Not happy. Not happy.
You're never
So,
happy with
I
him.
think that's very harsh.
Yeah, that's
He's got a last 3 average of what, 90? Thanks, mate. That's just nah.
Nah,
I'm still not happy.
I'm not
Nah.
happy with that.
I'm not buying it.
Nah,
You're not.
neither.
You're happy with that?
Of course I'm happy with that.
That's the kind of standards that will get you killed. You've got to have high standards as a coach, mate.
And you are ranked
Sorry,
about
hang on.
5,000 spots ahead.
Yeah, sorry.
Me, Chasm, you.
Yeah.
And then where am
you
I?
are ranked well ahead of.
Chasm.
That is hard to. That's hard to argue. Yep. Moving on. Dion Pressia, the meatball, the human meatball, 111,
In his return game, no less. As
massive, but hamstring watch.
Oh, yeah, he'll-
How long?
yeah.
How long are we giving it?
Well. I'll go halfway through the first quarter next week.
Yeah.
I was giving it till the
And he'll be on
third
20
quarter
odd when he
last
does it
week.
as well.
Be a quick
Yeah.
stint.
So
for
he's
him.
already gone overs on my line. Because people were looking at it and wanting to do it. And I can see why you want to do it, but
It's something I've done a couple of times through the journey, and
would you
he's
advise?
good, but he will do his hamstring. Both
So-
can be fair.
so you wouldn't do it?
No, I don't think you can.
Okay, if George wouldn't do it, I think
that
I'm
probably
pretty
says
happy to
everything you
rule
should
it
know.
out.
Yeah,
pretty
move
happy
on.
to rule it out. Timmy Taranto.
This is a killer.
It's a shame that we don't have David in the studio here.
Yeah, that would have been loser
Because
of the week.
he literally, he's the Tim Taranto number one. I can't call it fan.
Love
probably
hater.
Love
Yeah,
hater.
love-hate
He watches
relationship.
him like a hawk.
He's his first
51
responder.
point first quarter, and he said, "Right, here we go."
Cue in the rack.
Yeah, he said he's putting the cue in the rack already, and he won't turn. Well, guess what? 38 points for the last 3 quarters to go 89. Now, Bedford just went and sat on him. Now, I thought that was going to happen from bounce down. I assume the fact that he just filled his boots in the first, it didn't.
They said, now we
And
will.
then they said, right, we're going to shut you down, mate.
Yeah. It feels like he leaves a 120 on the table every week.
He's genuinely at 60 plus at halftime every week. And thank God he is, because otherwise he'd score 60.
we'd all be fucked.
And he's the only guy that could ever get tagged there, so
Yeah,
could
no.
happen at any
you need
given
hop in
time.
if you've got him.
At his,
so.
get to his bye and he probably goes, you'd have to say. Banksy, 87.
Good pick.
He's filling in for short
Good
very
pick.
well.
Yeah,
No, he's been very good. Briggsy, 82.
my boy.
Have you still got him?
Still got him. It's his second week in the team.
I had a look. His price is now at least moving in the right
He's
direction.
making a little bit of coin. I like Briggsy. The trouble is, he just gets.
You like Briggsy? Why?
I'm not entertaining this.
Why?
Briggsy.
No, I know.
We can't be doing
mate,
it.
we're-
I was
we're
just
working
trying
at
to take the
different-
piss out of him, and he's like happy with him or something.
Yeah, well, you can't. And you probably can knock an 82, actually.
Well, I tell you,
The issue with him is he just doesn't get enough ball. So he can play well, he can get hit outs, tackles, but he
How
can't
how did
run.
he
6'5"
averaged like
Lumberry oaf,
95 for 3? Oh, he is. He's
Yeah.
completely useless. He puts Riley O'Brien to shame. But so who's your other ruck?
Max.
Max.
So
So you have this week Kieran Briggs and we have Cherry against the Eagles.
You need to.
So
trade
you are
him to
starting the round 100.
It's almost
Can you
like
get him to the X-Man this week?
Probably not. It's almost
starting-
like I'm ranked 12k. Like
You're
my team's
starting
bad.
this
This should be a
week.
surprise.
Yeah.
Starting at negative 100 this week,
Yeah.
I think. Toby Green, 62. Just
People
no good,
did
is
that
he?
too,
Yeah,
didn't they?
I know. They were looking at him. Nah. And Traynor, 31.
On my
He
field.
needs a break.
You had him. Yeah. So
I had him on
I
field as well.
got rid of him last week. Yeah. I
He
figured
lost
that he's
50k
cooked.
as well.
Yeah. Well, so, I mean, had you got rid of Bias?
Yeah, I got rid of him ages
So,
ago.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So-
I've got bias as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you- getting stuck with those blokes is. They're bleeding cash now. All right. Well, speaking of Bias,
got-
we'll go.
Yeah. Who's got Sydney? You want to do that
Sydney,
one?
Sydney and Adelaide.
I'll
do you-
take it.
Yeah,
I'll take
you-
the lead.
take
Yeah,
the
Sydney,
game.
Adelaide.
the reins.
Take the
Weird
game.
fantasy game. No crom tons.
Yeah.
Bizarre
Weird.
fantasy game.
Weird.
And they smashed them too.
Yeah,
I
there was a
think.
belting.
Oh, mate, Sydney.
Now,
They're done.
Concerns.
Yeah.
yeah.
Do we lead with Grundy? 134. He's been good
I
recently.
know.
Is he back?
I didn't want to mention
The
it, I
right
have to.
pick.
Jordan.
It was a good call, wasn't it?
Mate, it was a fucking great call.
Last
He
three,
was at
one,
like
two, three.
830k.
He was at 850k and Jord goes 2 weeks ago to Bushy. Clear sabotage at the time. Maybe
You
no,
said
mate, it
was
was
a
3 weeks
sabotage,
ago.
But I was
'Cause it
looking at
was-
the run and I said it's a like.
And
you
look, Rowan Marshall did go 160, but Grundy has now gone 130 against Gawn and Rob.
Yeah,
That's the
he's,
two reddest matchups.
He's
in
kind
the
of
game.
back.
mate.
Should we be surprised?
He's the last 5 109 and the last 3
know.
of 123.
Mate, when I saw like the one against Max, he hates Max fine.
Yeah.
Nobody scored against Rob and he went
Yeah.
124 and a loss.
So pardon? For someone that has Briggs, could you go him to Grundy?
You should do anything to
Or
get
do you
rid of
have to
Briggs.
go to Xeri?
No, if that's well, I mean, you need to fucking get a loan out to get to Cherry.
Mate,
Yeah, I
so
can work around
It's
that.
like it's a 50-point swing every week having Briggs in there.
No, I'm aware. I have had him for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah.
yeah, I would be looking to get Grundy for
Yeah.
sure. And
Matty
shit,
Roberts, by the way, 98, gets it done
I
every
mean,
week.
in that game, you take that
Yeah.
all day, every day.
I just want him to just explode one week.
No, he's
I
not.
don't know if
No,
that's him.
he's the guy
Anyway.
that goes on his bye.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
he
He's not
does.
close
I
to
feel
top
like,
6.
I feel like that's harsh. Surely there's
No.
bigger
He's
issues
averaging
than him.
92.
He's at his price though. Like
I do
he's
have bigger
just,
problems though.
he's
Yeah.
900k, averaging 90.
That's
nah.
a walk up 95 every week.
I could get
gets it
him
done every
mate,
week.
him to Zorko. That is almost 20 points a week.
Negative 8 this week actually.
Yeah, this week. But I'm just saying on
Yeah.
average.
Come on, Matty Roberts.
Matty Roberts doesn't have a 130 in him.
Yeah, bigger problems. Bigger
Yeah,
problems.
much bigger problems.
No, that's fair.
Who else we got? McInerney with a 90
Handy score of the J-Mac.
and has forward
yeah.
status now.
He has forward
Yeah.
status and he was playing down back a little and he had 27 touches.
Is that because the ball was down there the whole time?
yeah,
he had
probably,
moved.
yeah.
He had moved back the
So was
week
he
prior.
on the wing and he just got pushed back? Like,
Yeah, I'm not sure,
because
but
they
he-
were getting belted.
No, I'm not sure, but I know he was moving back last
Yeah,
week.
his role changes a lot.
His
Like,
averaging was 90 in the last 3, and he's cheap. I don't know.
Yeah.
They've got a bike coming
Yeah,
up. You wouldn't
yeah.
do it now.
Well, as you can attest to, Jordan, I didn't see a second of this game because I was sideways at Molly's during this game.
I was watching it at Molly's.
Yeah, I was trying to watch it, but my eyes weren't looking at the game.
Funnily enough, that's the reason I was at Molly's because I got home
watch it.
from soccer. My mates dogged me and didn't invite me to their beer pong tournament.
Oh,
So I
here we
said,
go.
am I going to sit in the couch and watch this drubbing or am I going to do something with my night? So I went
And
to
you made
Molly's.
something of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what do we got? We got Sheldrick 88. He was the play over Berry
he
and
was the
McAuliffe.
play. Yeah.
Like, I still.
You're a little hater of the
No,
little
well, I still
Sheldrick,
see
I am.
it, and I don't.
Believe it.
No, I don't believe it because they got smashed by 15 goals.
What
If
the
you
hi-
have, I'm sorry, if you've got Angus Sheldrick in your main centre bounce rotation, you're in trouble.
What the highest points per minute player in the comp?
Well, what with an 80?
Well, and he
Say,
did
mate.
obviously
saying.
outscore
Look,
Dawson with an
It
86.
feels like he could just get dropped at any point.
Dawson 86.
But
That's
no,
a tough
look,
read.
he's gone 3 80s in a row and he's playing guts. So if he keeps that role, it could come to an end at any point. But
They're
Yeah,
gonna
there's
have
a
to-
vest
they're gonna have to
inside.
swing the axe, I
Yeah.
reckon.
yeah,
As well. Dawson 86.
That's tough.
But you know what?
Have you
He'll
got
go
him?
140
I don't
next
have
week.
him.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have good players either.
Yeah. But you
Hey-
kind of just live with it because he'll return with a 120 next week.
Did he get tagged,
Might have been a James Jordan.
or just
Maybe
did
the
nobody?
Jaws love
Or
it.
did
nobody,
just nobody
nobody
score?
scored.
What a weird game.
They
I
were
saw-
probably just getting constant clearance.
He did only have 60% centre bounces too, so I'm
Yeah.
thinking maybe there's a bit of we'll just sit him up forward
Queuing the
because we're
rack sort of
10
stuff.
goals up. Yeah,
And then a couple of forwards who we got Rankin and your boy Warner.
Mate, Rankin's concerning.
Rankin is not. Is he
So
not
I
that
saw
guy?
Frico
I think the
tweeted.
roles changed.
Frico tweeted in the last 2 weeks where he's scored poorly. It's gone from 70% mid, 30% forward, and flipped to 30%
That's
mid.
brought in Sam Berry and pushed
70%.
Rankin out of the middle.
And it's
And that's
Sam
a good
Berry,
move, by the way.
who always does this to us.
Yeah,
Just
he
comes
does.
in and pisses us off.
Yep.
He
Even
had
as an
18
owner.
centre bounces. But the problem is they're winning.
Yeah.
Like if they
you
lost,
can't really knock
if they
it.
lost, I'd be saying, nah, he's out.
And they haven't just
Rankin
won
will
as
be
well.
fine.
They've won by 90 on the road.
So it's working.
Yeah.
That makes me sick.
Yeah,
but he
it's
is a
a tough
problem,
one, isn't it?
When's
Yeah.
when's there by? Because
Adelaide
That
by
is saying-
round 15.
Okay.
I probably will
Like-
sack him off, to be honest.
yeah,
But you have to keep him for the time being.
he's got a last 3 of 80, last 5 of
Yeah.
87. That's not
Here he
getting it
goes with
done.
his bye.
Not
Yeah.
getting it done.
Cool.
And then we've got the shit Warner with 29.
Yeah,
I'm not sure which one.
one's the shit
yeah,
one,
the shit one.
Fucking shit.
And then
No,
the other
Corey's
rooks,
no good.
Bice with 9 and Cleary with 8.
So did Bice get subbed out?
Yeah,
On
4 Cleary.
9.
Yep.
Yeah.
At half, he got subbed out at half time for 9. Cleary comes in for a half
For 8.
8.
Oh my god.
2 of the most useless
What are you to do
players.
with that? You,
Like
like
that is
it's
fucked.
So
unexplainable.
I've been stuck because I got stuck with the shit Warner.
Bice would be
Old
bleeding.
Corey.
eh?
oh god, yeah.
Oh, Cleary's bleeding, Warner's bleeding, Bicey's bleeding,
God.
Traynor. Like it's a problem.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Just quickly, Peatling 82. I'm actually taking that
Yeah.
in that game, and he had 18 centre bounces as
Yeah.
well.
I've got him too. It's fine.
It's not.
It's not.
It
that
wasn't
much
my
of an
best
issue.
pick.
No.
Should have got Myers, but he's been solid. And Heaney 81. It's annoying, but at his price in that
It's
kind of
not the end of the
game,
world.
on the back of a good one last week, I'm like, that's okay.
you
But
c-
he's on notice as well.
Yeah, you can't. Sydney's just up and down, isn't it?
It's a concern.
Yeah.
They are shocking.
So Melbourne Saints up in Alice Springs.
Yes.
Which when I turned the game, I was like, hang on, like they're playing on a square. I was like, where the fuck is this?
I know.
Bloody Alice Springs, and the Saints with a bit of an upset as well.
Yeah.
I
The
mean-
D's who have been in a hot run of form.
I got
just
sucked
so
in. I got
unpredictable.
sucked in by Melbourne. I'll be honest. I tipped him.
I tipped them as well.
Yeah,
But-
bad tip.
yeah,
the
so-
Saints are just bizarre, aren't they?
So a few random scores here. Silky Wilkie, 128. What the fuck?
I think that's
Brad Hill,
Yeah.
winding back the clock, 120. Like he has a couple of these a year, old Brad Hill.
so. We say weird shit happens at Mars. What was this stadium called? I don't know.
God knows.
Yeah, it's
Weird,
rock
weird shit
something.
happens in Alice Springs.
Yeah. It was literally when they showed like the drone footage, it was like a cube. Like it was almost a square. It was quite funny. Windy 117.
Massive.
Lovely.
And did a job on Cozzy.
So Windy
Oh, so
played on
he-
Yeah.
Windy played on Cozzy, had like 30
Oh,
touches,
so he jailed him.
and
Yeah.
belted him.
Mate, the Windy's he's the ultimate clamp, that man.
He's good. He's a good player.
he locks
very
down.
good player.
Wangan Milera, 117. Monster second half from the King. And yeah,
I mean,
it was Warriors.
That's one of those
we
you,
spoke about
you
before.
see him. Yeah, you see him on 20. You're like, oh my god, he's out of the game. Then he goes 117. That is.
And I had him for 25.
That
in
might
our
be-
Cindy multi.
Yes.
And I was like, this is dead in the water. And then I like
We're hoping for
refreshed
a-
it, and he's gone to 29.
We were hoping for money back though.
And justice refund.
Yeah.
Massive.
That's
Sinclair,
unbelievable.
112. Just an epic play for those that did
That
it.
was just such a no-brainer
Such a
3
free
weeks
one.
ago.
I think actually my one good move for the year. Brought him in 2
Oh,
weeks
did
ago.
you? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a last 3 of 123. He
Yeah.
was 930k
Just gets it done.
Perfect. Yeah.
with the 3 easiest fixtures in the game.
Big Max, 107. So, yeah,
It's
you
okay.
take it.
No, it's
Yeah.
good.
Romo, yeah. Anyway.
Very good.
Jack Steele, 105. Last 5 of 112.
Do you feel you got him right?
Yeah,
Do you
I
feel
love it.
confident with him?
I love it. Oh,
Okay.
he's so good. Oh, he's back.
You reckon he's back?
Mate, he's had a ton in like his last 5
Oh,
games.
I know. He had the golden run, didn't he? But no, it's 5 tons in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mate,
Well,
I can't complain with that.
You can't argue
He's
that.
getting it done.
I brought him in
fair.
for the Carlton game. I think that's a month now of just good scores.
Oh,
and
so that's a
but the thing
brilliant
is, he
trade.
doesn't. Apart from last week, he doesn't get huge touches.
No, it's just tackles.
It's
But
12
He
tackles
will
and
always
20
he'll
touches.
always
But
be in the
that's what we
gut
said.
and he'll
As
always
soon as
hard.
He has like 20 plus. It's 100.
He's got a
that's the
ceiling in
thing,
him.
yeah.
Exactly. No,
So-
that's another no-brainer. Like I
yeah,
think
and I paid like 920k.
I
for it.
brought Newcomb in the week that at the start of that run. That was
Yeah.
one of the calls. You just got to be smart.
So Marshall 92, tough with Big Max, of course. I think most of us with him are going to move him straight to X this week.
He's
right?
gone for me. Yeah.
I think you
But
have to. I
hey,
think you have
thanks
to.
for your few weeks, Romo.
Yeah,
It
we
was
got
solid.
that big score out of
Yeah,
him.
we
He's
got the
been
big score.
decent. I mean, yeah, it's a good option, but I think X is.
Gotta-
is the
He's
way
not
to
the
go.
top dog anymore.
Not the top
No,
dog. The track 75, so yeah,
Shithouse.
got pushed forward when they were chasing the game, but still a bit of a stinker.
No good.
Not happy with it.
Nah.
Just a rookie Keeler.
Yeah.
Key
Yes.
forward. He kicked 3.
He started the first
198
quarter.
centimetres, so he's a big boy.
Big boy.
66.
Feels like the type of guy that could just
Feels like a
then
trap.
average 30
Yeah, it feels like a
and
trap.
not go
Well,
anywhere.
people were talking about him because he played down back last week.
Did he?
And people liked the idea of that. Then he's gone forward.
Yeah, they
And
started
done
on
kind of, I
fire.
think he was on
He's
50 at quarter time.
Yeah, because I saw people doing it. I thought, who the hell
So
is
he's
Keeler?
had a 65, then a 66, and he's 320k
Yeah.
coming off his bye.
Yeah. So not this week, but
Yeah.
because we're going to need rookies
We're
coming
going
off
to
their
need
bye.
something.
And he's
You're
definitely
right.
going to play.
Like if he's playing.
Actually,
yeah.
no. You're right. He's in next the
yeah.
week after.
Yeah.
for sure.
Jake Bowie, 65. Ew, brother.
Yeah.
Ew, in a green matchup.
Oh, I mean, look, you've had a great run with him.
Yep, sent him off.
And whenever you get the chance, like he might get one more week if you've got bigger problems,
Yeah.
which you probably do.
Yeah.
But
And then you shake hands and part.
thanks for your efforts, Jake.
service. Clayton Oliver, 59. Fucking have it.
Yeah.
Dogs.
Justice.
That is justice.
Honestly,
That's
the
what
fact
you
that
get.
he gave blokes a 130 last week was a
sickening,
piss take.
Sickening. So, yeah, good. Keep him. Keep holding him, boys.
Yep.
Cozzy Pickett, 42.
Yeah.
Vindication for the Duck Man.
Oh,
Finally gets some revenge on the man
Finally.
who's been haunting him for the last
mate,
6
just
weeks.
mentally it was draining,
Yeah.
to be honest. So, I mean, even after that 40, he's still probably averaging like 90 since I got rid of
Yeah.
him. But, no.
And he doesn't
that
get
feels
windy
good.
like that ever again.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, I think, well, you look, Melbourne
does he?
lost and he got
Yeah,
tagged.
that's a good point, actually,
I
I
think he
suppose.
probably does get windy.
get some tags.
Yeah, for sure.
Then the
All right,
Eagles.
yeah, just lastly, West Coast and Geelong, a surprisingly okay game.
Yeah. We showed
Like,
some fight, which was good to see.
The atmosphere, for considering that we're, what are we, 1 and bloody 10?
Mate,
Well, no, what? No, we're
the
1
fact
and
that we get
1
like
and 11.
45k.
We got 43k, and we were up and about. It was a good atmosphere, yeah, and it was actually a decent game. We're starting to show some signs, at least some signs. But still, if you're in opposition, you're playing us. Their top players are going to feel their
They will
boots.
feast. Yeah.
Like, there's nobody we have that can run with any of these guys.
We don't have
Obviously, looking
all.
at Bailey Smith, 147,
Hardest runner in the game.
probably disappointed. I think he was sensing the disposal record at one point.
Yeah,
you could tell
25
he
at
was
half
getting
time.
really greedy. He was huge. Brian Myers, genius pick.
Yep.
Like that, he's the type of guy that you can attack fixtures with because
My sort of pick obviously didn't do it.
Just on Baz,
137.
he has a last 5 average of 133.
Or was it 133?
132.8.
He's the best player in the comp.
That is fucking
I know,
crazy.
he does
averaging
I think-
122.
I think in his last 7, his lowest is like 119. So he's a walk-up captain every week.
And we
this
haven't
was
been
the
doing it.
first week I did it.
Yeah.
man, oh
And
man.
because he didn't start the season like full-time inside mid.
Yeah, it's a little bit funny.
He was just, if he was on the ground, he was inside mid.
He's just
he
that
was
guy.
so good.
Did
He's a 120
pull at his
plus
hammy late in the game, which might be a little watch. But
Geelong smoke and mirrors,
No,
mate.
no,
did come back on. and
Well,
probably had
he
another
came
5
back.
touches.
I didn't notice it because he came back on and
he's
jumped up a
all
little bit in the
good.
last 5. So,
he's the
he's
best.
he was fine. Yeah, but Grian 137, last 3 112. Break even of 46 now.
Yeah.
So the problem, I think, he's now almost 900k. He still feels like a 90 guy to me. Like he's in that. It wasn't like he was mids or anything. He was just half
Yeah,
forward.
he's
He's
just
bloody
playing
good at
his
it.
role.
Geelong
Yeah.
hit that little, like
The
that
little
hit
dink
up
kick.
25 meter lead,
And they want it in his hands.
and they want his. So look, he's going to be good. I still think he's like a 95 guy at
but
best.
see that pushes you top 6 forward probably at this point
Or is it just shy of?
because
Is
people
that the issue?
people have been saying Chad's gonna be
Close.
top 6 forward.
Yeah, well, I never regret. But I think him
mean-
and Chad are close. I think I agree
I
with
think
that.
I'd rather grind in that case because he's not going to get
and
tagged.
Geelong's run home is like they
They
got
do
the
have a good run.
easiest run.
Yeah, no, for sure. So you could do it.
You could still do it. Yeah,
Absolutely, you can do it.
Yeah,
Homer, Max Holmes, 108. Disappointing last quarter.
Less
So
than 130 on the table there.
He went.
Cued rack a bit, didn't you?
Well, he was on the. I saw him on the. So did get a bit unlucky with. Obviously, I was at the game and I'm watching the bench. He was on the bench for like 13 minutes. There was just a period
That happens
with the
to him.
ball on the other side of the wing. Just no goal kicked. So he genuinely spent the last half, like the last quarter, on the pine. He was looking like a 120 plus.
Easy, yep.
I mean, he was so good that game though. Like
Yeah,
he was
he's just a gun.
unbelievable.
Row now, isn't it?
So I mean, look,
so 70 next week.
I still
probably.
think he's a 100 guy. Nah,
100?
well, he's gone back to back now.
Yeah, but I don't think he's an average.
Well, look at his
100.
last 5. Tell me his last 5. It's over 100 for
Well,
sure.
the last 5, he's got the 79 and the 80 in there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what's it? Last 5 of 101.
There you go.
There we go.
See, that's what
That's
I think
what we
he
want.
is. He's going to have 80s. I'm not saying he won't.
Yeah.
He's got a 120 in too,
No,
though.
like, look,
Oh, gotcha.
that's
And
good
in
few weeks.
900s, I think, yeah, he's definitely an option.
Yeah.
Duggan. So it's not fantasy relevant, but I've just got to mention this. I saw he had 23 disposals, 3 contested. So he's had 20 uncontested. Went at 61%.
Yep.
So
You're
thank
speaking from the
God,
heart here.
thank God we bin marriage for that. Unbelievable. So, and what I will want to lead on with this is I think our new boy, old T-Mac, McCarthy,
Good
I
game
think
in
he's
the waffle.
coming in.
Not that I watched it, but
No.
I saw he had 26.
I saw a couple of his highlights. Looks good.
People say
Running,
he's good, yeah.
running half back. I think he comes in this week, 230K.
And
if he
he's in,
does,
we
no
get him.
brainer.
Yep.
Yeah, 'cause he'll probably
100%.
get that stupid little roll, won't he?
Oh,
Little
yeah.
slutty roll out the back.
Well, he'll hopefully take kick-ins as well. Like I say, we had Duggan taking kick-ins and he can't kick.
On your
So-
boy Marek, he's done.
So he got subbed
That's
on
curtains.
63.
Yep.
And he just had a couple of contests where he just doesn't go.
No. He's
just
always looking for the
Loves,
1-2.
like, yeah, he can hit that little 25-meter dart,
Yep.
which we need. Like, you need that kick to, like,
To get out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to get out. But that's all he's really offering.
Yeah.
So, look, I
And
think he
tactical
might
sub as
he
well.
may get a spell in the waffle.
Yeah.
Anyway, look, he goes for me this week. Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
I still like him.
He's been a good pick.
I still like him. He's been great. Don't get it twisted. Brady Hoff, still in the guts, did a tagging role on Smith, so that'll be one to watch.
Actually kind of did a good job.
I know,
Despite Baz
so-
still going
'Cause
150.
when Graham has been tagging for us, like we speak of reverse taggers, just fill your boots.
Yeah.
Maybe Hoff's going to be like our tagger, which is something to note for future games. But yeah, 40 fantasy, no good. And
Surprised you don't have Hoff in your team, George.
That was a consideration
Yeah,
after his
yeah,
big
that is what you
game. That was
pick, I
my
reckon.
sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And
After
in
that
your areas.
110?
yep,
Yeah.
exactly that. I did look at it, but
Oh, that would have been so
somehow
funny.
I avoided that.
And Bo Allen, just lastly, sub. Actually did a couple okay things when he came on for 10 minutes.
What do you have? Two kicks?
Scored 8. Scored 8. I think he gets a run at it. I think he
we
comes
need
in.
to give him a
No,
run. Yeah,
100%.
far out.
So
Nurse
if
the
you've got
bloke
him
in.
sitting on your bench, I think that's fine. Stick with it. He will get a crack.
He'll tick along.
Okay, let's wrap this thing up.
Yeah.
This game shits me. Easy one for me this week and for a lot of people, and it's the fucking vest. I think we're all over it at this point.
I think even the teams are over it.
Mate, so the coaches are over it.
Yeah.
I think, fingers crossed, it's gone next year. And I don't know how they're going to do it, if they're just going to have 5 on the bench.
Yeah, and then you
It'll be
get a 50%
interesting, which-
time on ground from
Look,
someone.
you'll see some low time on grounds. You'll see some boxal time on
Oh my
grounds.
God.
But it's better than bloody... I had 6 players. I don't know how many players you boys had vested, but I had
fair.
I had 6 vested
Yeah.
this
This
week. This week. Either starting vest or getting subbed
No
off.
way.
I had 6.
Well, lots of people would have
Of
the
my-
Sydney
and-
boys, Bison, Cleary,
Yeah.
subbed on, subbed off.
Yeah.
I didn't have,
Matt-
I didn't have
had,
any, I don't think.
I had Marich. I had Levi Ashcroft.
Yeah.
oh,
fuck.
yeah.
Hey, and
It's a killer.
Yeah, it killed so many
And when you
people
see
this
it at the
week.
bottom screen, TV with the
it's
little red.
Johnson from the Dons. So yeah,
Yeah.
look, it's just it's a shit rule. I think we all hate it, and
Yeah.
pretty happy that it'll. Fingers crossed, it's gone next year.
Yeah. Yeah.
If
agreed.
AFL HQ actually gets something right, which
Yeah.
now that I say that out loud,
Yeah, you might be hoping for a bit there.
I think it's going to stay.
Yep. Yeah, so mine is I'm going to have to deliberately sabotage my team as I already have a good youth and I have no functional requirements or needs for a highlight.
Mate, I would love to know how many points off you are. Probably 1,000.
Off the highlights.
Yeah.
That's a couple of good weeks, though, isn't it? 1,000?
Yeah, well, I
That's
mean,
like one more bye week for me.
yeah, jeez. No, you're flying. Nothing would shit me in your position.
Yeah,
That's,
just the rookies though, the rookie problem. But
yeah.
getting,
and it is a
getting
problem.
stuck with blokes as well.
Yeah, when
like,
they
it's
drop
a problem
50 grand.
Everyone has, so it's not that
Like-
bad, you know. No one's got cash
well,
gen.
the best teams will have moved off on Bice and
Yep.
Traynor
Cleary.
early.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
Ship Warner.
I moved off Zach Reed early instead. It's
Yeah.
just bizarre
Yeah.
stuff.
George.
Jesus. My historic drop off.
Oh no.
If you can cast your mind back to, I think, about round 3, I was actually doing well. I was in the top 1,000.
You were. It felt. Weren't you like top 500 or?
Yeah. And there was a couple of moments.
We heard about it,
didn't
didn't we?
Like screenshot of you
I've got
being
the
like,
screenshots. What, my wallpaper on my phone at the moment. I think I was about 70 at one
Yeah,
point,
yeah.
and now I find myself on the cusp of being outside the top 13,000.
Do you know what's funny is he was every week he was saying, "Get me on the podcast, get me a
Yeah.
podcast."
And then you pick this week where I come last.
Now we wait for him to have his historic fall off, and now we get him on the podcast.
But it feels right. This is what I am. I'm not a good coach. I'm not
We've thrown you under the bus massively
That's
there.
okay. The game's a game.
Yeah.
The game is the game.
Trades,
and it's a shit game.
early trades.
Yeah, early trades. So pretty easy one for me if he comes in. Bias to McCarthy. I'm assuming he comes in. Then I'm going Ryan Marrick I'm going Walshy.
Now you're talking my language.
I think,
Genuine upgrade in there.
well, what? No, like I said, a couple of weeks in a row, we've actually hit upgrades, and yet Ryan Marrick to Walsh, he's been poor.
He's been
I can
really
see
poor.
that.
Yeah.
And his centre bounces have been down at like 50%, which I
Yeah.
don't like. But go and look at Carlton's next three. So if I bring my team up, it is dirty. And I think these are the kind of early moves, like a Jack Steele.
I
Yeah,
think
you
you're
get on the
gonna-
week
I think
before
you're going to
everyone.
regret this
No,
one,
well,
mate.
earlier in the year, he went 126 on the Eagles. We
I
saw
know.
that at Adelaide Oval.
Yeah.
He racked up.
Yep.
He goes Bombers, Eagles, North.
Yeah.
That is the holy trinity of shit teams. And Walsh, mate, we know Walshy's got a ceiling. He's had the week off to rest.
Yeah.
I reckon this is going to
I think he fires up. Well,
So
he's
I-
900k, right? So if he goes 95, it's like that's
You can live
annoying.
with it, yeah.
Whatever. I think he goes massive. If he comes out next week and goes 120, let's say, and he's playing the Eagles, everyone's jumping on.
Yeah,
So,
and it would be so nice to get on a week early.
yeah. So you got to get someone off their bye. Basically,
100%,
that's enough.
yeah.
And
It does make
it was
sense.
basically him or paying up for Rosie, and for that 150k I save, I think I need to do it.
Yep.
And then I'm going Marshall to Cherry because I can't miss out on that,
Yeah.
especially with Marshall sitting.
Yep. No, I'm doing the same. I'm going Marshall to X, Traynor to McCarthy,
Yeah.
and then Bolton to Edrich. I
Wow,
think
so
I'm gonna do.
Bolton is out. What's he
I think
priced
so.
at?
He's like 780.
So
It's harsh, but you
Is
have to do
that
that when
two-
you're at the top.
Is that 250k to Ed Richards? How much better is Ed Richards than Shea?
Quite a bit.
Oh, quite a bit.
Because Edrich just doesn't have a 60 in him.
No, but could that money go elsewhere?
I don't know what else I could honestly do. I could put it on
there-
top
is there-
of
can you put it
Finau,
on a
maybe.
rookie?
Finau, but then it only gets me like 700k. So I don't want to
And you
mess
can't
there-
get anyone there.
I don't really want to
know,
mess
there might
around
be
in that
someone in
price
those
range.
areas.
Yeah, that is my areas, but it doesn't come
I mean,
recommended.
or Caleb Daniel goes, but no, honestly, I think it has to be Bolton. I
Yeah,
did say
okay.
I got him in for the buy, and I was going to trade him out.
Okay.
So you're man
now-
of your word, if nothing else.
So,
Yeah.
so if you so after trading Traynor, you've got no more expensive rookies.
No,
Wow.
I'm down to Boxall,
Yeah.
AJ,
This is where it gets tough. This is where we need cash
Grossy
in
boy,
from somewhere.
Bustler,
Yeah.
Clarkey.
Okay. No, you're right.
So no,
Fair
the
enough.
cash gen's a problem. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Myself, I'm probably unsurprisingly, as a Carlton fan, I'm on Walsh as well.
Yeah.
One thing I've noticed about Walsh, obviously he gets injured a lot.
I haven't watched him play.
Yeah,
so
so
I'm
I
all
watch
ears
him
here.
very closely. He's been my boy since day dot.
Yeah.
He's not running correctly at the moment, if that makes sense. He might
looking
be
sore,
almost
is he?
carrying something. But what I've noticed about Walsh
Feels like
over the
that's always
years,
the case.
in his first game back from an injury or say a bye, he goes mental.
Yes.
And this run, I think you have to do it. And also, I'm ranked 13K. I'm bringing in my boys now.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it.
There's not much to lose, I
Yeah.
think, at this point.
Cool.
All right, let's just finish off with a quick mailbag. I probably should have posted this last night. Instead, I asked it this morning because obviously over in WA, we've got a public holiday.
Yeah. Enjoy
Been
that
working
day off,
over
aren't we?
East. Yeah, we are massively.
And we're getting paid for this, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
obviously.
yeah, no, definitely.
Big bucks.
It'll just wait a few months, few years.
Yeah,
You'll
that's
get
okay.
it. You'll get it. The West Aussie, he absolute
Oh, he's
legend.
back, is he?
My boy.
Mate, not sure what to make of this round. Got an 1803 with some shit coaching on my part. Bias and Trainer. What the actual fuck happened to them? Oh, I think they're just rookies.
That's a
and
good week for the West Aussie, though.
1803.
1803.
Nothing wrong with an
Yeah, he's
I
1800.
was
by
expecting
150
him
there.
to say like 1480. So
Oh, come on.
What, my sort of score?
I saw some 1500s going about, and that's happened to me in the buys too. If you get stuck with like an 18 or 19, you don't knock those bad ones off.
It's
It can get
cruel.
bad
yeah.
quickly. Right?
Ugly. Matt Perazzola said, Bicey doing his best Manny McCann impression for a half of football, only to be subbed off at halftime.
Far out. That's
Genuinely
out
one of the
pocket.
more impressive things I've seen on a footy field. Managing to look that bad while your team is getting pumped. 1927 and 220 round rank, so can't complain. That's a
Yeah.
massive score.
Yeah.
This sounds
You
like
can
he's
tell you,
complaining.
you can make some ground up in the buys, can't you?
Oh, mate.
Because there's some
Tell me about it.
huge
You
discrepancies.
can also lose ground.
Well, exactly.
So I found.
Actually,
yeah.
you know what? It's more, some teams up the top could come tumbling down. Bushy.
Who?
Yeah.
Did Bushy
David.
come in, did he?
David.
What's
And
he
you
got?
won't be surprised who it was about. It's impressive to score 51 and a quarter of football. It's even more impressive to follow that up with 38 points in the next 3 quarters. A typical Tim Taranto performance.
Yeah.
Also, shout out Crows for playing Berry over Rankin in the midfield. The problem
Good from
is
David,
that
watching footy in Bali. You like to see that?
yeah,
Making the most of his trip.
the problem is they won by 15 goals. So I would love to have a crack at Nixie too, but
it worked.
But it's working.
it's working,
Yeah, can't
which is
argue with it.
concerning. James Hull said, "Tell me why I have a team value of 24 mil but ranked 20k. Tell me."
20k.
He's
Christ,
playing
imagine that.
investment fantasy, is he?
Yeah, investment banking.
Yeah, he might come home strong. Anthony said, "So glad I have Bice and Cleary on field for a combined 17. Also, Captain Dawson, whenever I don't get the VC or VC, he goes big. When I do, he has no influence
Yeah,
at
that's
all."
how it goes, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is.
Because people were expecting a big one from him here.
Yeah, I was as well.
Against the
yeah.
old firm as well.
Yeah,
Little
Hey,
revenge game.
revenge game, not to be.
Yeah, just a weird game.
Not to be. And just lastly, AFL Fantasy Fiend said, "I got the fucking memo this time, lads. Whitfield VC voided and Baz goes beast mode. Climb rank for the first time in 3 weeks. Now inside 10k. I'm going to go big this week with just Brayshaw and Bolton out. I think everyone's lining up.
Brayshaw out. That's
What? Bite.
bold.
No.
Yeah, but would you get rid?
He's going. I thought he was wording that as in
he's got
just
them
those
out.
guys on the buy.
Yeah, okay.
I'd hope so because you're not trading Brayshaw. I'd hope. And said even though it was my worst buy, I had 1768, and I'm on the up. So well done, mate. Yeah, well, you can't really tell how you're going in the buys until they're all
Yeah, till
finished,
the
can
end of
you?
it, right.
So,
So you're telling me there's a chance that I'm back in the next few
mate,
weeks?
there's always a chance.
Never
Well,
know,
that's
mate.
not-
Just
that's
keep
not true.
believing.
In Kieran Briggs.
Something could happen. I don't know.
No, it's thanks for joining us, Georgie.
Boys,
Man,
a genuine pleasure. As
man
a
of
long
the
time listener,
people.
first time caller, this is what I've been dreaming of. It would have been better when I was
This is-
coming 30th.
Might be back a bit more regular, mate.
stuff dreams are made of. Well, yeah, we might have to look to get some more just.
George's gone part time, mate.
Yeah, and
In the Lux.
No, fair enough too. You just dominant. You're too dominant.
Yeah, too
It's all
good.
too
for this.
easy for
Nah,
you.
Nah, just
That's-
yeah, a bit less frequent. I
And
think, for
yeah,
me.
shout out Ben for having us in the studio today with Dave Away. Very professional, way too professional for us.
Yeah,
so
it is
hey,
fancy,
if
but it's nice.
you want to get a podcast started,
you
Podwaves.
couldn't go anywhere else, could you?
Podwave Studio. I wouldn't go anywhere else.
That's
this
beautiful.
This is unbelievable. And yeah, as always, we'll see you we'll be back next Sunday night. So the podcast will be out Monday morning. See you next week, legends.
See you later.
Cheers, boys.